What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Today, we're going to be talking about cards you should be definitely buying right now before it's absolutely too late. We've been looking at a lot of cards in the market, and we've been looking at the high-end cards going up in price, right? We look at the front page, we look at all these amazing cards that we've known for all these years of Yu-Gi-Oh! That we absolutely love, back to when its first iteration of the game and the show itself, right? We talk about cards like Blackluster Soldier, Blue Eyes, Jinzo, Summoned Skull, all these amazing cards, right? The Egyptian gods that have been going up and doing kind of crazy stuff. But something to note as well is other cards we gotta take a look at. Other cards that need love, other cards that will get love eventually, and cards that will go up in time. But keep in mind, everybody, and I say this with the caveat of saying that these quarter century secret rares can be made into Starlight rares in the future. So if they decide to do another Rarity collection, let's say Rarity collection 5, now with the the asterisk on, well, we're not gonna have Quarter Century Secret Rares anymore, but we're gonna replace the Quarter Century Secret Rares in those Rarity collection sets with Starlight rares. Then we might have a little bit of a recycled Rarity here, or recycled card here, where they can absolutely produce this card again. You will definitely be buying into it again, because again, it's another Rarity. It's a better looking Rarity in my opinion, but another Rarity where you're going to want to add to your collection. Another hype, all the craze, all the prices going absolutely nuts if they decide to go that direction, which in my opinion, given that they're milking a lot of this stuff, everybody, they're probably going to go that direction. The prices you see here will probably come crashing down just a bit, because if they do go that direction, if they do decide they want to reprint all these QCRs into now Starlight rares in the future, yeah, there's going to be definitely a shift in price that we see here right now. That's all the hype, all the movement, and a lot of low listings. That's going to be a change, right? That's definitely going to be a change. I do say that it's definitely going to be a special thing because of the 25th stamp for these cards. But nonetheless, it does have that same type of reflection, same type of look. But here, with that being said, we also are going to take a look at cards that you should definitely be keeping your eyes on right now, because we still got to talk about right now. What's happening right now? Obviously, all these cards are high priced, but you can't afford these cards anymore because now they've kind of gone to a point where you're not really going to make as much profit as you would have when you bought in earlier. So now we got to look at other stuff. So now we're going to go low to high instead. So at this point, we're going to look at cards that could go up over time because, well, there's always archetype support. There's always things in the future that makes a card relevant and people want to collect that card, so on and so forth, right? We look at other cards that have done a lot in, the market beforehand, and Punishment Dragon is definitely one of them, right? We talk about Six Samurais as well being a fan favorite deck. We're getting more support in Alliance Insight. Can we see Six Samurai's resurgence? Can we see some Six Samurai support off the ban list? That meaning maybe we put that really powerful card that Six Samurai have to, now 2 and semi-limit, and now we have a little bit of a change of shift where now Six Sams are becoming a little bit more relevant and they can compete with some of the best decks, and the QCRs will definitely go up in time, right? Six Samurai United, Six Samurai Kizaru, that's a really good one. Obviously, there's some other amazing Six Samurai cards in this set as well. I think Grandmaster and Kizan is in this. I could be mistaken, but there's some definitely amazing Six Sam cards in this one. You should definitely be picking up now before you start to see that little movement now in that archetype, getting a lot more meta support for itself to become relevant. And then obviously Duel Academy is also a really fun card just to collect. I think it's a cool QCR nonetheless, even if it's a low price point right now. But that's the thing, you should be buying it while it's at a low price point. That's the whole reason for these videos, reason for market watching, reason for you to be picking up before it gets absolutely expensive. As we move on to this page now, a lot of people do like Ceasefire because of that burn aspect. Blowback Dragon, I think a lot of people are fan favorite of that card as well. Marauding Captain is a cool little nostalgic card. Kunai with Chain, I mean, absolute Joey favorite right there. So, we have a lot of cards that could go up in time just because of collection value, because of popularity. I've talked about it in the past. XX Saber Gothams, a fun Edison card right there. The Dragon Maid stuff has always been increasing in price. It's always nice to pick those cards up if you're a big Elemental Hero fan. If you're seeing hero cards for really cheap, it should be ringing alarm bells for a lot of you, because hero fans love to collect rarity stuff, whether it be a low rarity, high rarity. They always like to collect all sorts of crap. And let's be honest with you, my name is Sparkman, so you know I've already picked up all the hero stuff and QCRs. So that's almost a given with not just myself, but a lot of people out there that just love the GX era and will be willing to pay these price points, especially at these low price points. I mean, if it's, again, if these QCRs are like 10 below everybody, it should definitely be on your radar to be like, okay, well, eventually I got to pick this up. Like, have yourself a list and be like, okay, this week, let me get this, this, and this. Okay, next week, let me get this, this. You know, not saying buy everything at once because it's not realistic. You don't have a free supply of money just coming at you, right? Unless you are a millionaire or you're doing really well for yourself, you know, you don't have that supply of cash, so you have to wait every so often for your paycheck or your allowance if you're a kid, and you have to wait on your opportunities to buy these things, but these are your opportunities to buy. X-Saber Herbellum is another amazing X-Saber card as well. So, you know, we have a lot of stuff as well. Laundry Dragon Maid, what we just passed right there, is another great example as well. Heat Wave, another great card. Ancient Gear Fortress, we know we have Ancient Gear doing its thing right now as well. Definitely a card you should be definitely considering picking up right now. Fisher, Creature Swap, did I say that wrong? Fissure. Oh, I always said that card wrong, but you guys understand. That card as well. You know, Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosac, this is another great one. I believe this is a hat format card. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but I believe that's actually a really, really good card. Again, more elemental hero stuff. You know, these cards, I think Thunder Giant was at 5, so now you're seeing that market price start to pick up for these cards. So, you know, those, again, are alarm bells that should be ringing across your screen right now. Like, pick it up. So again, make yourself a list, make yourself like a chart that stuff you want to buy. It's definitely very helpful. Right, Grandmaster, for example, right, another great card. Krebons, another amazing card. Witch of the Black Forest. I mean, there is so many amazing Bonanza cards, and I'm expecting almost the same vibe from Stampede. We haven't gotten that list from Stampede. Makes me a little worried that we haven't gotten that list yet, but to an extent that, you know, we shouldn't overthink either, because again, nostalgia cards are going to be nostalgia cards. If they're in Stampede and people are fan favorites of nostalgia cards, there's going to be something for somebody in that set, right? So you're always going to have these types of sets being relevant, right? Rarity Collection 2 is a, you know, we don't look at that set as like the high, amazing set that, you know, Rarity Collection 1 and Bonanza and Rarity Collection 3 that being had. But, I mean, there is some vibe to Rarity Collection 2 that there's things can go up over time as well. So don't be mistaken in that one as well. But again, a lot of hype going into Rarity Collection 4 as well. And who knows if we get Rarity Collection 5, but I really think we will. Ronin Totem is another great one as well. Scrap Dragon, Trap Trick, Trap Hole. I mean, you know, if I'm going to be honest with you, if you see a cheap QCR, get it, man. I mean, like, there's no other explanation I should give. Like, you've seen what's happened in the past few weeks, even days, even with some of these cards where they've just exploded in price. When I say exploded, I mean we have cards that went from like $10 and now they're like, I don't know, like $70, right? $70. If you look at the Egyptian gods, for example, and you know they were pretty price friendly for a long time, right? It was like $13, $14 for like those QCRs, and then they jumped to like $70. So, you know, anything can happen, right? And then low listings appear really fast because people buy things out, and these things happen. Look at Morphing Joy number 2. Like, I'm just now noticing this as well, right? It's a market price at $8.90, but look at the listings. There's 5 listings left. So look what happened. The lowest listing now is at $20, right? Look at that. Like, it's going to break. Like, you can now set the market price for this card once basically everything sells out. So, I mean, it's a very telling sign what's happening in the market with this set especially. Naturia Beast is another amazing card as well. I mean, you know, as we move forward, we're just going to see more and more amazing cards. And again, if it's under like $15, $10, like, make yourself a list. Get yourself some good cards here. 6 Samurai Xian, like, this is another great one. Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Quick Draw Synchron. The dragons, right? The dragon rulers. Those are amazing pickups. Junk Synchron. I mean, I can keep going on and on these pages, but you guys get the point. Like, if it's like a notable card that people are fan favorite of, pick it up. Pick it up. Don't wait too long. As we move on to Supreme Darkness now, one thing to know, we've been talking about it, and hopefully you listened. Clockwork Knight Yeah, everybody. When I said to buy it at $30, I hope you listened. Hope you listened at $30 because we have doubled our price tag and a little bit more, even some change at 65 now for this card, and we are at 8 listings. So you see what has happened and what has transpired now. I really hoped everybody listened. I had this card on my market watch. I feel like every single time except for like 2 times. Like, it was always on my market watch. I always said to pick it up. Even the ultra rare, I kept on saying, pick up the ultra rare, pick up the Core Center Secret Rare, because we knew what would happen with this card. Right? What happened? $5, right? So it's only going to go up there as well. I'm not too surprised. You shouldn't be either. Yeah, man. This is not surprising to me at all. To the least. This is almost a given that this was going to happen for that card. Abaku has remained staying down in price. Crystal Clearwing over Synchro Dragon is another card that is actually down in price as well. I would consider picking that up. Paladin's Bonds have stayed kind of stagnant. I don't know, man. It's such a beautiful card. I don't know if it'll ever be like really, really relevant, but it's such a nice card for collection value. So, I mean, I guess be a little bit more patient because at this point this is stagnant, but keep it also in mind it's also at 24 listings, so that's also something to note. So just keep that in mind as well if you're looking to pick this one up. I would say more or less try to get this for like 65 if I were you. I feel like it's worth around 60-65. I feel like 78 is pushing it. Evil Hero Neos Lord, right? Always start by hero cards. I'm gonna say continue waiting. Continue waiting. I can see this at 45. Like, realistically, I can see this at 45. So continue waiting a little longer. All right, as we move forward now into the tins, my huge recommendation for you is Crimson Dragon and Superstar Slayer. You should be selling. Like, that's a given. You should be selling these two. Chaos Angel, like these cards, you should definitely be selling before it's absolutely too late because you're gonna miss out on some amazing price tags. That it is right now before it comes reprint season, and we're basically there. April's coming up on us really quick. Look at Gravekeeper's Inscription, by the way. Look at that 82 cents card. Now look where we're at, everybody. So hopefully you've listened to Market Watch as well, because we've covered this card numerous times, even from its first iteration coming out as well. So we knew as well this card would go up as well. It's just a given this card was going to go up. So yeah, man, hopefully you bought it early, but damn, it's nice to see this card doing its thing and starting to raise in price as well. And you're definitely seeing value if you picked it up, as well. And something to note as well, we've seen some of the structure deck QCRs start to go down even further in price. Right now we have Made of White below 95 in market price. Let's see lowest listing real quick here. And yeah, Lightly Played's at 85. Near Mid is going to be 92. So again, really interesting all around here to see some of these structure deck cards, be pretty, price effective. I mean price effective because they're pretty hard to pull, right? Like we've talked about it. These cards weren't easy to pull. So getting them for, under 100 is really nice, especially with all the hype going on right now. I would say wait a little bit longer, not too long, but maybe another week and a half or two, and see where the prices are at, and then maybe pull the trigger because it's at a point where, yeah, you could start buying. Now, the display for these as well have started to go down, right? We're at $90, right? With tax, I'm going to guess we're about 100 still. But I would say at this point, right, it's much better than where it was, right? It was at 108 for a long time. So definitely a little bit better. And hopefully we continue to see this go down because I know a lot of people want to keep these sealed and displayed. And yeah, really nice overall. Great structure deck. Can't say enough about this one. Obviously, all the hype surrounding a lot of the market stuff going on is because of this deck especially. And I feel like Blue Eyes has definitely become even more meta as we move forward into the year. I think ban lists will help only Blue Eyes grow stronger. I feel like there will be a lot of Malice, Rise Yell hits in not this upcoming ban list. I feel like they'll hit stuff around it, but the following ban list will definitely see stuff being hit towards those decks, and Blue Eyes now getting stronger and probably taking the top spot eventually. If we look at the OCG balance as well, it almost shows that Blue Eyes will get even more powerful. Not to say that the OCG will mirror anything here happening in the TCG, but sometimes it does play a little bit of effect here when we look at both ban lists. They kind of feed into each other a little bit here and there. So, always take a look at that as well, and always look at other, ban lists as well to see what's going on in other formats, especially since OCG is a little bit of ahead of us. All right, as we look at the newest set, and the last thing to talk about Market Watch is this amazing Maze of the Master set. We've talked about it not living up to the hype, but there are certain cards that are going up in price, right? The Man with the Mark has seen itself go down in low listings, but the price tag really raised in price. Anubis of the Last Judge is also another card to note as well that have been increasing in price in the collector rare. However, I've told you and I have warned everybody, this is a very dangerous market and rarity to have and be a part of right now, because it can really be a very destructive thing buying into, because the price can plummet right back down at any point, right? It's just not a very stable, at all stable rarity. And obviously it's very early on, so it might hold that high price point. But again, you don't want to hold on to this too long. You don't want to have it too long. So if you do have it, and this is more of a buy it now Market Watch, but I would tell you to sell, right? At this point, we're seeing these high prices for these cards. Sell, because at this point, move on from it and buy the lower rarity, or buy it when it comes down back in price for the collector rare. Because at this point, I've told you that rarity is not the rarity that is high rarity. It's just not there, right? Some things to note to buy though from this set. Silent Mission level 8, it's below 30, right? That QCR is a fan favorite. That QCR will definitely go up in time because of the collection value, because of how it looks, because of the artwork, because of all these things contributing to the value of it, right? We talked about it being at 35 and thinking that was, where it would stand. No, it's below 30 now, but don't wait too long, because that price point can shoot back right up, as we've seen with QCRs all around, right? Number 107, another fan favorite card from the XC's era. Definitely another card to consider picking up before it's absolutely too late. We've seen collector rare cards. We've seen some of these secret rare cards go up in price the past few days, even hours. But again, don't buy in too much of the hype train right now and buy out stuff going on in this section, especially in this set, just because, again, yeah, it's a fan favorite anime deck and Odeon and all these things, but I don't think it's sustainable to see these prices being as high as it is right now. That's just my opinion, my take. You can have a different one. You can let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's just what I feel like, given the stature and what we've seen in trends and past sets, it doesn't seem sustainable for these cards to really maintain these prices, especially if they're not, being much of a meta push for itself. Yes, it's rogue. Yes, it can be playable, but not to an extent where it's going to be viable as well. But something to note as well, Mature Parelia has also gone down in collector rare, but also in the ultra rare form as well. So keep in mind, if you're looking to pick these up and play some Parelia for yourself, they are down in price as well. But that's about it for this Market Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe and comment. I want to hear everything you have to say, but that's about it. We'll catch you next one. Please subscribe and comment, and peace out, YouTube.